Okay, let's start now. Sandra, I would ask you also to make some print screens along the way. Okay, so let's start. So welcome everyone. This is the first speed networking event of the Women Without Borders project. You are the pioneers, so you are very welcome to be here with us. And I hope it will be a very interesting event to all of us. So, and you may ask, what is the Women Without Borders project? It's normal to ask. So, this is a project that is funded by the European Commission through a program which is called Erasmus Plus. If you don't know it yet, Erasmus Plus is a financial line of the European Commission that is already very old. I think it's over 30 years old. And basically, they fund projects in the area of education. And this project specifically is in the area of adult education. So we are here. This is a project for the education of women entrepreneurs. You are the target group. We are the target group because we, the partners, also are also women entrepreneurs. So we have partners from Portugal and North Macedonia. Our partners from North Macedonia are the coordinators of the project. And then me and Sandra, we are the partners of the project. And why did we decide to create this project? Because we were involved in another project, a much bigger project with 6 partners in 5 different countries, which is called the Women 50 Project. And we felt that there were still some limits about the peer learning among women entrepreneurs, the networking, the connection, the international connection, which is already that we already do nationally in Portugal and in North Macedonia, and some organizations do it in other countries. But we think it's time to start doing it at the European level. So we want to provide more access to training and future-oriented skills, to break the isolation and lack of supportive networks, which is something that still limits the opportunities of women entrepreneurs. Okay, there are studies that show that men have more networks to support them in leadership positions. And we women, we need to attain leadership positions, and we need networks to support us. And so we still suffer with the reduced visibility and representation. We must join ourselves, we must join together, we must work together to overcome this. And also, we must overcome barriers to internationalization and civic participation. And sometimes these barriers are in our own heads. And so today we will discuss this with Cristina Rosa, because we need to understand that the world is here. We are in the internet era. And so physical barriers, they are not what they were 30, 20, or even 10 years ago, okay? And so what will we do? So we will do lots of things. The project has just started. It is a 2-year project. It has just started, and hopefully after it ends, we will continue it with an international project with more partners, with more women entrepreneur organizations from other European countries. So far, we have started already with an online community. So we have a WhatsApp group. I would ask Sandra if you can share the link of the WhatsApp group here in the chat. If you are not there yet, we would invite you to join in, because after this meeting, we'll continue in contact with each other through the WhatsApp group. It's a very good way of keeping in contact. It's safe, it's inclusive, it's a learning space that in the near future we will start also to use it to share knowledge. It's a group of networking and peer support. So it is just starting. We already have more than 100 members, but you are still very shy. So we are now we will overcome that. so that you feel comfortable to share your doubts, your questions, your testimonies, your knowledge, okay, your experiences. So this is for peer support. And it's a community-based entrepreneurial ecosystem, okay? We don't have here a government or a national agency or the big company or a big university managing this. This is managed by us, women entrepreneurs, and we are all peers, we are all partners in it. So it is a community-based grassroots organization. So this is already happening. Then we will also have webinars and training sessions. We will have some national webinars. Soon we will be sharing more information about this in our WhatsApp group and also in our social media. I would also ask Sandra I'm asking Sandra because she's responsible for the dissemination of the project to share here our social media. And so we will be organizing some training events, and some of these training events will be online and will be in our national languages, in this case Portuguese and North Macedonian, because we have people in our Portuguese community and also in North Macedonia who do not feel comfortable with English, okay? And we want to include them as well. That's why now we have just a little bit over 20 people here in the meeting, but our communities are much wider. There are many people in our communities that do not feel comfortable with English, but we want to bring them in. So please join our WhatsApp group, follow our social media, and we will be sharing these training opportunities. And then we will be creating a training kit. This will include several digital resources that will be free and will be available in all the languages. So it will be available in North Macedonian, in Portuguese, and also in English. You can download everything for free. It will be made available also in our social media and in our website that is being constructed now, being created now. And so we will have an handbook about women's entrepreneurship, and we will ask for some testimonies of some of you to feature in this book. So be aware of this. It's an opportunity for dissemination, and also some resources for civic leadership, networking guidelines, because as one of our partners said not long ago, we have to work on our networking literacy. This is something new for many of us, so we need to learn how to do it. A competence checklist, and also testimonials and instructional videos. And once more, this is to give the floor to you. This is from us women entrepreneurs to us women entrepreneurs. And so we want you to feature as giving your testimonials, recording videos about yourselves, about your experience. So we will be featuring you in our website, in our social media, in the materials that we will be developing, okay? So as I said, follow our social media, join our WhatsApp group, and very soon we will be starting to ask for models to feature in our campaigns and in our materials, okay? So let's move on now to a very short presentation of the partners. And the partners are these 4 women entrepreneurs. And also not only them, but the organizations they represent. So I will give the floor to Valentina so that Valentina can make a pitch, a 5-minute pitch, explaining to us who she is as an entrepreneur and also what is the Association of Business Women, which is the formal partner of this project. Valentina, you are first. Where are you? Can I find you?
Thank you, Camila. Can you hear me? Yes. Okay. First of all, I have a question. Do we have financial institutions here or some business angels, or to which I'm pitching?
Well, you are pitching to all of these women entrepreneurs. So pitch yourself, pitch away. 5 minutes, Valentina. Go ahead.
As Camila mentioned, my name is Valentina Disuska. I'm an entrepreneur. I started my entrepreneurial path 26 years ago when I first opened my company, and in that time we were working more in marketing. But since 2010 or 2012, this is the period when I crashed my first company. Then I decided to open this Association of Business Women, and after that we opened my new company, which is called Mama Disoski right now. And now with the company, we are producing software for the companies and public institutions as well. Actually, we are developing different kinds of software. But I would say that this Association of Businesswomen is my life, and it's my passion, and I'm spending a lot of my time with the association. Actually, I'm working with the association because I'm with the company. I'm more focused only for finding partners and making connections. And after that, I have my team that will develop the softwares. So, Association of Businesswomen is established for helping women for economic empowerment. Different level of activities. Highest level is negotiating with the government to put us in a different laws, to develop national strategy for women entrepreneurs, to be part of small and medium activities and strategies in our country. On a local level, we developed councils for women entrepreneurs in different municipalities in our country, and this is something that is on the middle. And at the end, we have our members, more than 300 members that we are working with in our country, and we are working on also on the ground level with women entrepreneurs on different levels, like developing startups, developing businesses from marketing till finding business partners and B2Bs, which is one of these meeting as well today. So different kind of activities for developing women entrepreneurship. This is somehow my goal in my life. This is my love and my passion. So I will just stop here. I think it's enough. Thank you, Camila.
Thank you so much, Valentina. Very inspiring. You can share also here in the chat the links to the Association of Businesswomen from North Macedonia, your website, your social media for people to follow you. Okay, Valentina, thank you so much. And now, Elena, your colleague.
Hello.
Tell us who you are.
Yeah, I will be shorter because I don't have my own company. Hello, everyone. I'm Elena Blazhevska, project coordinator at Association of Businesswomen. As Camila said, part of the team that leads the project Women Without Borders. I have already in the chat shared our LinkedIn page of our social media page of Association of Businesswomen. For me personally, I have more than 10 years experience in the NGO sector, and together with the Association of Businesswomen, we have been implementing and leading a lot of national and international projects that are helping for the promotion and empowerment of women entrepreneurs. Even if I'm not businesswoman myself, I don't have my own company, but in the last 8 years, I have been working really closely with women entrepreneurs, and we have helped for a lot of networking, collaboration, and promotion between women. I will just say a couple of more words about the Association of Businesswomen. That nowadays we are also working with women in energy, women in circular economy, women in digitalization. We are also creators in North Macedonia. We are creators of the national strategy for women entrepreneurship together with the Ministry of Economy, and we are We are in all 8 planning regions in North Macedonia. We have, besides our main offices in Skopje, which is the capital city, we have other local 7 hubs. So that is for now. I'm really happy to be a part of this meeting and this project, and I hope that this is just the beginning of our collaboration. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Elena. If you have your social media, your personal social media, you can also share it here in the chat, okay? And now, Sandra, tell us who you are and what are you doing here?
Well, my name is Sandra Couto. I am an entrepreneur for 26 years now, so it's been quite a ride. I am a real estate consultant, and 2 years ago, I decided to open my own community, which is called São Só Pessoas. It's a Portuguese name, but it's roughly traduced for just people. It's just people, and it was born by the need that I saw in well, I will say all women entrepreneurs when they have to do something that is really important for them, like presenting themselves, like doing the pitches, and we just need to remind ourselves that on the other side there are just people also like we are. And so it is possible for us to reach them. It is possible for us to grow. And this community comes to remind us of that, because sometimes we tend to get stuck in our day-to-day things, and that might seem to be a problem, but actually it's not. It's a learned skill, and we can practice it, and we can just have more people with us that will help us develop that. So this is what I do. About the WWD project. Well, this is a very fortunate moment for me, because it's a pleasure and an honor to be working with Camila, with Valentina, and with Elena. We are very ambitious with this project. We really want to create something good for all of us. In both countries, and probably more, because we are having women from different countries arriving to our community, and it's really interesting to see how this is growing and developing. So this is the first step. Much more we have to give together. So here we are. Enjoy our meeting today. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Sandra. Now me. So I'm Camila Rodrigues. I'm the founder and manager of a network of women entrepreneurs called Mulheres Obra, which means women at work. I will be sharing now with you. We have a group on LinkedIn that you can join. Okay, so you can join our group. And we are also on Instagram. We were on Facebook. We were on Facebook. And we have a website. And basically, we are a grassroots organization we started as a group of mothers that were concerned about the difficulty of balancing the work and the family life. That's how we started. And we found in entrepreneurship, in the creation and management of our own businesses, a way to move forward, a way to be able to decide when, where, and how we want to work, and be able to manage both our families and our professional lives with more power, with more capacity to decide what we want to do and when and how. And so we became a huge network of women entrepreneurs. Today we have a company, a startup, and an association. We have been working with these Erasmus Plus projects since 2021, and we are very much in favor of bringing these grassroots organizations and bringing women entrepreneurs into these projects, into these international initiatives, not to leave everything in the hands of large consulting companies, but to bring us in, because we are the target groups, and we should not only be the target groups, the passive target groups. We need to be actively constructing things for ourselves. So that is what I firmly believe. And that's how, because that's why I was so happy to meet Valentina and Elena and see they are single-minded, they are like-minded, they believe the same thing I do, and that's why we are here together. Because when we join efforts, we can create new opportunities for ourselves and for other people. Okay, and so that's what brings me here today. I already shared our LinkedIn group here with you if you want to join us. And now I will move on to our expert, Ana Rosa. And just to give you a little presentation, personal view on Ana Rosa before she starts talking for herself, because she talks very well. But I must confess that Ana Rosa is one of my main role models and one of the most inspiring women that I know in our community. And we were created, the Women at Work community was created in 2017 from scratch with nothing. And Ana Rosa was also starting from scratch with nothing then. And she was one of the first women to join our community. And so we watched her grow. And she has been so successful. So successful. She has sold over 1 million euros in digital products that she herself created from scratch. This is really impressive. And she stands out. There are many corporate women entrepreneurs in our country, and I believe that in all countries, including North Macedonia. And we look at them and you see, oh, but this woman is very well connected. She has family ties. She had money to invest in a business. So she already started big. And when you start big with lots of important connections and with money to invest, it's easy to have success. In a way, it's easier, okay? But when you start by yourself alone, with no connections, with not a lot of money to invest, and investing your knowledge, your expertise, your effort, your imagination, that I still believe it's the main ingredient, you can really make a difference. And Anna, she's an exception. I do not believe that all women can do what she has done, but we can do something that is good for us, and we don't have to have the same purpose and same goal as everyone else. Okay, but Anna, I really always invite you to everything. I'm a very annoying person. I'm always inviting Anna to everything because I do think she's very inspiring. And I think what makes a difference in Anna is her character, and the fact that she's a very open-minded person, and she's the first person to grab a new opportunity when it turns out. Okay, so she's not one of those people that say, oh, I'm afraid, let's see what happens, let's see how other people manage it, and then I will step up and try it myself. No, she's the first one there. And the fact that she's the first one there allowed her to reach the point she is now, and she will explain to us better. And now she's making something, she's doing something that most women entrepreneurs are still not doing. She's internationalizing and to markets that most of us don't dream about yet. Okay, so Anna, I will give you the floor, and please share with us that specific open-minded characteristic that you have, that allows you to do so much with so little. And now you already have a lot, but in the beginning you had so little. And explain to us, share with us your past, your experience as an entrepreneur, a little bit of your history, story, also a little bit of your international experience, what you have been doing, some tips for us. So Anna will be speaking for about 15 to 20 minutes. And in the end, you can ask questions or debate anything with Anna, okay? You can, in the end, ask questions, raise your hand, put the icon with your hand in the air to ask questions. If you prefer, you can write your answers, your questions in the chat. And you can write your answers. If you are not comfortable with English, you can write your questions in Portuguese or in North Macedonian. We will translate, okay? So feel free. Anna, the floor is yours.
Oh, Camila, first of all, hello everyone. Camila, it's really hard to take the floor after this presentation. Thank you so much. It's an honor to be here, and I will always be here when you invite me. As Camila was saying, I've started in 2011. My business was like a small business in a small city in the south of Portugal with 50,000 people. So my business was basically me going around, handing business cards, flyers, telling people, please come to my free sessions. So this was my business. And then the things start growing. And in 2016, I really wanted to go into the digital. I really saw the digital will be like the bridge for me to connect with the rest of the world from my small town. And I remember that back then, Mulheres, Obra, they were just starting. So I approached Camila and I said, look, I'm starting online. I need an audience. And Camila just shared with me the audience. They were growing. And I will be forever really grateful for that. So, it's a two-side. And it's a big honor to be here today with all of you and sharing, as Camila said, first of all, I really want to share this borderless mindset that I think I've grown myself much before all the tools and strategies. And I don't come from a rich family. I don't come from a well-connected family. My mom was a cook. My dad had a small restaurant. I was really like a small family in the south of Portugal. I didn't know anyone. Was not like a good thing in my family to be an entrepreneur because they wanted me to have like a stable job. So I started from zero, and what I see that took me where I am now, reaching all these markets, was my borderless mindset more than all the rest. So first of all, I really want to share with you a little bit of what I did, how I did it, and I hope that can inspire you. And at the end, I would like to leave also some strategies so you can start from today, opening your mindset, opening your network. I think the fact that you are here today, it's already like a huge step. You are doing different, because most of the people that I know is like, oh no, I go for an event, it's not my language, it's in English, and if I don't understand anything, and if I don't know how to connect, a lot of people, they have all these voices in their heads, and you are here today. So that's already a huge step. So, Camila, I have a little presentation. I'm not going to take long, but I think it's also inspiring. Yeah, okay. Yeah. I'm not allowed. If you can give me permission, please.
I already did. Let me see here. Share screen. Yes, it's on.
Okay, good. All right.
Camila, why you are not allowed? Because I'm sharing mine. Sorry.
But I think that it is. Yeah?
Yeah.
Camila, it's okay?
Perfect. It's okay.
Okay, so I've just started with this photo in Japan. I just came back from Japan less than a month ago, and was like my first time in this country. And of course, I networked there. Of course, I made business there, because I think for the last 5 years of my life, I don't travel just on holidays, because even when I travel on holidays, I network in the place where I'm going. So I'm going to give you some tips about that. So I've started with this picture because that was like the recent market that I've started exploring. So let me. Okay, Camille already made the best introduction, best presentation about myself, but just like a bit of my background. So I've been an entrepreneur for 15 years. But my business really started growing when I went into the digital. So in 2016, I started launching my online products. In 2017, I met Camila, and then things start growing and growing. And till today, I already have over 2,500 students online. With who I work with entrepreneur women mostly. that they really want to go far. They really want to grow, but they didn't know that they can use the digital for that. So I work basically with women that they want to use the digital as a bridge to connect with the world. Today I have two companies. I have a school focus on AI, on how to become a founder in your business and not an employee of your own business, because that's what happened. Now we create our business and then we become the employee of our own business. So I help women to become more independent, have more freedom running their own business. And I also have an international project company, which is Square 4, where I operate across multiple markets and I help people to grow their own international business. I also have books published in Portugal, Brazil, and so on. You're going to see when we start growing to other markets, the opportunities are unlimited. So I really see that I can really, I took advantage of all the opportunities that were and all the doors that were opening to me during the last year. So I've started in Portugal, in this little small town in the south of Portugal, Portimão, with 50,000 people, a little bit more in the summer. But then, I've started growing, and the biggest growth was the last 4 years, because Brazil, because we share the same language. So I've started exploring Brazil as a market. First, I've launched my book there, then I've started going there. And in 2 years, I went 8 times to Brazil. So Brazil started becoming like one of my big markets. And then from there, you're going to see when you start exploring new markets, it's like one door opens another, then someone knows another person. And when you see, you are already in markets that you never dreamed of. So then after Brazil, it came Dubai. Last year, it came China. And this year, it came Japan. So I see all of this as a dance, that one contact was leading to another, to another, to another. And now I can be in these multiple markets. Today, in my school, we have students over 30 countries. Okay, so I can say that I'm proud of that, but I'm proud of what I've achieved, but I'm really proud of the people that I've impacted during all this journey. To see, like Camila was saying, okay, we're not gonna all be like, of course not, because everyone has their own. Like, I'm not gonna be like Camila either. I'm not gonna be like Sandra either. So we all different and unique. So when someone tells me I want to be like you, no, I say you want to be like the best version of yourself. So what I'm really proud is not that I inspire people to do the same that I did, is that I inspire people to be the best version of themselves, and also to achieve and to expand to places that they never thought about, or they never even dreamed that was possible. So, and you are thinking, okay, Anna, so you had to change all your life, but oh, I cannot change. I have a family, I have a house. I cannot be going all over the world. I have a daughter. I'm a mom. I spend most of my time still in my hometown in Portimão, and I do most of these connections. I'm sorry for my voice today. I've been talking a lot during the last days. I do most of my connections online. So most of this business that I have today, these markets that I've expanded, everything starts long before I get there. For example, with Japan, that I just went there now for the first time, I took my daughter with me. So I had work for 4 days and we went for 2 weeks. So it's also amazing as a mom to be able to take my child with me in all these trips, and it was very funny because I was giving like a training there, and at the end of the day, she looked at the people and she said, so I see you next year. And I said, how do you know that you are coming back next year? And she said, of course I'm coming back. So it's also it's something that really touches me, because when I've started as a businesswoman, a lot of people was telling me, oh, you're going to be a businesswoman, so you're not going to have time to grow a family and blah, 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 all of this that we always hear. And no, it's possible to have both. Today, my daughter, she's 12 years old. She's been to 23 countries. How much through my inspiration, I'm also, opening her horizons and her view of the world. So I didn't move my family. I didn't move my structure. I didn't move my hometown, but I changed the model. And I've created a model that allows me to be here now connected with women from all Europe. So this is an example of what we can do in this era that we are living, because 20 years ago, this was almost impossible. Oh my gosh, to have an international business, we were thinking about so many limits. And now we can just have an internet and a computer and we start expanding our business. So this is the first thing that I want to leave here for you, that we don't need to be limited by our geography. I have also some photos that I share because I think they're like inspiring. I really, okay, I admit, I confess, I'm an addicted to travel. So connecting this business that I have with this lifestyle that I love, of course, for me, I'm really grateful every day for everything what I can live in my life. So this is here me in Japan, in Brazil, in Peru. Sometimes I do some of these trips like 3-4 times a year. This is here now in Japan. I will tell you a little bit about this meeting with this Japanese guy that is here on the photo a little bit later. Here is in Japan as well, in the Bank of Brazil. Here is in Dubai with some connections. This girl that is with me on the picture today, she's my partner. She's the ambassador for one of my companies in Dubai, and we met when I was there. Here is in China last year. I was in some events, and then I met these two Argentinians that they were also traveling in China, and we became partners. So all of this is like, start connecting, and all these people that today they make part of my life, they work with me, they are partners. I've met them pretty much sometimes in a non-formal environment. And of course, when this is something that I already shared with Camila, which is very interesting. And I see as well in women with who I'm working in other countries, is sometimes in your own country, you don't have the recognition that you think you deserve for all the amazing work you've done. But when you start going international, suddenly your own country gives you more value. I don't know if any of you feels this, but it's really interesting because I've done amazing things in Portugal. But then Anna start going international, and now we're gonna call her to national TV, to national newspapers because she's going international. It's kind of a paradox, yes? I need to go overseas so then I get the recognition that I deserve in my own home country. But that's what happened with me. And I know that Camila agrees with me because we've spoken about this plenty of times. So after I start going abroad and having all these connections and all this business, I started getting like a lot of invitations to be on media, speak on stages, national, international stages, and all of this comes as a consequence of the work that you are doing. Okay, I think inspiration, it's okay through these photos. Let's move on. So there's one question that I would like you to sit with this question, which is, does your business exist despite where you are or because of where you are? Let me ask you something a little bit more deeply. Imagine today you leave the place where you live. How much of your business would you lose? Or it would continue everything exactly the same? Just think about this. If your business today is limited by the place where you live, by the market where you are in. And I would like you now to, I don't know if you have like a paper where you can just like write something now. So if you can like have a paper and just fold it, and you in one part of the paper, you can just write, where do you operate now? Where you are, in which markets, with which people, in which languages. Just write down where you are now. Where is your main operation? And then on the other side, then you can do this with more time. Camila just gave me 15 minutes. Imagine with how much I have to share. 15 minutes. It's a challenge. So on the other half, you're going to write where you could operate. And let's be borderless here. No limits, no borders. in where we can go, what we can achieve, who we can impact. So just write down where. I remember when I started, and despite of the fact that I speak in English, my mother language is Portuguese. So my first thought was like, okay, I'm gonna go where they speak Portuguese. Okay, so Brazil was my first market. But after that, it gave me the confidence to explore other markets where I don't speak in my mother language. But Brazil was kind of a bridge for me. So start where you think you can go, like in the next 12 months, the next 6 months. Okay, so you put, and then you open the sheet and you're gonna see, which is very interesting, that there's no border. You know, they're all our market. It's all the possibilities, all the opportunities, but we tend to put it like this and look at it as two different things, like there's a border in the middle. Okay, so stay with this. Fill on this paper with more ideas that comes after this meeting we have today, and I'm sure that over the next days it's something really interesting, because when we give this input to our mind, it's like our mind starts seeing opportunities where it couldn't see before. For example, for me, it's even a problem because I see opportunities everywhere. I see opportunities everywhere. So, you know, I even had to train my AI. I work with AI a lot. So I've created a skill in my AI that is like, bring me back to focus, because I see an opportunity everywhere, markets I can explore, people I can connect. Because when you have your mindset in this borderless, like it's like so easy, you know, people start coming, opportunities start coming. So today my AI tells me, Anna, remember, let's put this on the drawer of future projects, and now let's focus on this. So I had to train my AI, you know, to bring me back to focus. But it's funny how our mind at the beginning, it's so limited, like, oh no, I just work here in Portugal, I just work here, my market is here, my language is here, no one would buy from me in another market. But then when you start exploring, you start giving the first baby steps, all the opportunities start coming there, and you didn't even see that they were there. Okay, so I would like to share with you how do I do my networking online before I even get to a new country, to a new market, and how do I do my networking when I arrive to a new country. I think it's interesting to have here the 2 points of view, and of course share with you all the advantages of doing this international networking, because every person you meet outside your local context is a door to a market you don't know you have yet. For example, sometimes you meet a person and it's not that person, but it's someone that person knows. So it's like, you know, you start going and you start having all these connections. So connections that opens you doors to markets you didn't even think about. If you would tell me 3 years ago, Anna, you would be sitting in a room with a Japanese senior director with 70 years old, and you would be selling him your products, I would say, no way. No way. And look, I'm an ambitious person. I'm really like, I dream 24 hours a day. But for me, that was like still too much outside of what I could see. I was just starting in Brazil. So what I'm telling you, like what it can come in the future, is something maybe you cannot even see. But maybe there's one contact that you are having now or you're touching now that gonna brings you and opens you your doors in the near future. And also the global validation, being recognized by someone outside your home country, it's like a way of being recognized worldwide as well. For example, I'm doing a really interesting job now with 2 groups of women. I've just started like mentoring a group of Brazilian women that they live in Japan, and they didn't take advantage of the fact they live in Japan. They're just like living there. Okay, I'm neither Brazilian, I'm neither Japanese, so they have like this, I'm in the middle. And I've started mentoring them and telling them, look, you can sell to all the world in your language, in Japanese, in English, using the fact that you are in Japan as an active, strategically active, because everyone recognized that. And also I've started working with a group of women in Dubai that what they feel is like, it's much easier in Dubai if you are international and everyone goes international there and opens these big companies, and then that they are local for them is really hard, especially as a woman. So we've started working with them international, so then they get the recognition they deserve in their own home country. So this global validation is really interesting. So you're not just expanding your business overseas, you're also expanding your business locally after you get that validations. And of course, referrals, connections, perspectives, strategic partnerships, and all of this that comes as a bonus when you start expanding your networking. So let's go step by step strategically, because I know that all of this is inspiration, but then you come to a point that is like, how I do it, how I started. So I'm gonna give you a few examples of how I do it, how I network online. First of all, it's always very important that you have in mind the kind of people that you want to connect with. I'm going to give you my example. Last year, I knew that I wanted to grow my business into Japan, because I had like some people in Brazil that introduced me to two or three key people in Japan. So I knew, okay, that's the market I want to go. I want to go there next year. And I wrote it down. I said, okay, I want to expand my business to Japan. So what do I need to do? It's really hard to get to Japanese people. Yeah, I don't know if you know that, but it's really hard to get to Japanese people. So what I had to do was, okay, I'm gonna connect with people who already lives in Japan. Maybe they're not Japanese, but they have connections to Japanese people. So I've started contacting people, mostly Brazilian, on LinkedIn that they live in Japan. And let's say that out of 5, 6, 7 contacts, one person says, okay, I want to have a virtual coffee with you. It's already a win. So since October last year, every week I was having virtual coffees with people I don't know. People from all over Japan that I don't know. People from Brazil that were living in Japan, people from other countries that were living in Japan. So I'm starting networking, and one takes to another, another takes to another. So it's very important to reach to these people, because what I see is a lot of entrepreneurs, they have like a passive attitude. They're like, oh, I wish I could expand my market, but I don't know anyone. And it's like they kind of wait for someone to come and approach them. And if I would have that kind of mindset, I would still be here in my hometown with 50,000 people, giving flyers away, hoping and praying for someone to go for my free sessions. So we need to get there. We need to go to the people. And the worst that can happen is what? When I ask this, someone tells me, Anna, the worst is give you a no. No, the worst is that you don't contact anyone. For me, that's the worst scenario, that I don't have the courage to contact people I don't know. Okay, so think about people, think about markets that you would like to connect. So you reach to that people, and you reach that people not like in this cold way, like one size fits all, you just like copy paste a message and you send the same to everyone. No, I go to the profile of that person and I say, look, I just came across one article, one post, something in your work that, well, stand out. I was curious about, because I also work in this field. Is it possible for us to have a coffee and connect? That's it. And I tell you, it's so interesting. When I start doing this, I felt like most of the people will not reply back, but they do. They do. Because they just think about yourself. If someone from another country goes to your LinkedIn, sends you a message saying that is following your work, that likes something that you wrote, that is also working in some similar field of what you do, and would like to have a coffee with you to brainstorm and change ideas, what would you reply back? Just think by yourself. Most of us would say yes. So it's the same. The other entrepreneur is going to feel the same. So that's the first step. Clear target, who I want to connect, and LinkedIn with intention. LinkedIn is an amazing. I prefer LinkedIn than Instagram for this kind of approach. And I see that people tend to be much more open on LinkedIn for this kind of approach than Instagram. So I always use LinkedIn for this. And also international online events like this one. Okay, there's plenty of international online events that you can apply, that you can be there, that you can network like you were doing today. So today you're already doing one of these tips. And then, which is very important, is after you meet with these people, after you speak to them, you do a follow-up. You just don't leave like something like, because some people I see, they have a virtual coffee and they say, okay, it was so nice to meet you, let's keep in touch. And that keep in touch is never, they never get back to that person. So have like a clear intention. For example, I finish one of these calls. I see if there's points in common. Most of the times there's points in common. And I say, okay, so what do you think about, you brainstorm about this, and I brainstorm, we set up a call for this day. And normally I always leave another follow-up that we can continue doing our brainstorm. And I don't try to sell anything. I don't have anything to sell. I just want to connect. That's very important. It's not like a way of taking these people to your calls and say, by the way, here is my product. No, people want genuine, real connection. Okay, all the partnership gonna happen after. And this is something really interesting that I learned from the Japanese, because the Japanese, first you get into the friend zone, you really connect with them, and that can take ages. And after they do business with you, but when they decided that you are like a real person to do business with them, boom, it skyrocket. Okay, so I brought a lot of this, of what I saw from Japan, a lot to my business now, that okay, it's all about connection, and after it comes the rest. And then create the reason to stay in touch, as I was saying, turn the online into offline. So when it's possible, meet with these people. Imagine you are traveling and you have a contact in Dubai, you just say, oh, look, let's hang out for a coffee. And I can tell you that when you meet someone in person, is a connection that never goes away, because there's something special about meeting someone in person. So that brings us to my second strategy. How do I network in a country I don't know? And I'm going to give you, I could give you plenty of examples. I'm going to give you 2 examples of what I did. 2 years ago, exactly 2 years ago, May, 2 years ago, I had a trip planned to Dubai. They invited me to go there to give a speech of for some people about entrepreneurship. Blah. Okay, I went there and I said, okay, I'm going to be in Dubai for 1 week, and I have this event for 1 afternoon. So how can I expand my networking? And one of the things that I do when I travel, I always look online for 2 things. First, networking, local networking events. And I go there, and I really go to these events. And I just don't go there, have a drink. No, I go there with an intention. And I'm going to tell you exactly how I do. Second thing that I always look for is co-working spaces. Please do not underestimate the power of a co-working space. And every city in the world today have co-working spaces. So that's 2 things that I do. I do my homework before I travel. So before I get into the plane, I already have a list of events that I would like to attend, and I already contact a few weeks before co-working places for them to do me a guided tour into the place. And then what I do is, for example, when I went to Dubai, there was like 2 networking events that I wanted to go. One was like in a company where it's like NAS company, maybe you know, it's like a very famous company worldwide. They work with social media, everything. And they had like a networking event open. Anyone can go there. And I wouldn't know about that if I wasn't searching online. No one told me about it. I just searched and I saw that it would be this event. So I went there and I did my networking. And another one was really out of my comfort zone, because was a networking event in a Mexican restaurant with margaritas and tacos. So the event was really like this: international networking with margaritas and tacos. And I was by myself. I didn't have anyone with me. And it's a little bit out of your comfort zone, just go to a Mexican restaurant networking and you're just by yourself. And I said, okay, I'm here in Dubai. I'm already out of my comfort zone. What is the worst that can happen? That I don't go. Again, the same mindset. So I went to this restaurant, and was really funny because most of the people there, they were also by their own. They by themselves. They didn't know anyone. So after this event, I was like going to people, speaking. It's also very interesting not to go there and just handle a business card. It's like, okay, what are you looking for? This is what I have. This is what I'm looking for. For me, it's always the conversation, these 2 parts: what I'm looking for and what do I have to offer. Okay, what I'm looking for, so people knows exactly how they can help me, and what do I have to offer, what I'm willing to offer. So all my conversations are according to these 2 things. So, I start connecting with people, and what I do, I don't leave the conversation, because after a night of margarita and tacos, the day after is really possible that no one remembers who you are, right? So I make sure that the day after, that person gonna wake up with me in their heads. So what I do is I'm having the conversation, and then I say, let's take a photo. And I take a photo with a person. I show my QR code on WhatsApp. We QR code each other, and I send a message on WhatsApp with the photo. Really nice to connect with you. I'm Anna from Portugal, the one that is looking for this and really willing to offer that. That's it. The message with the photo, the connection is there. And I do this on the moment. I don't have to do any extra work the day after. I do that on the moment. And then when I come back to Portugal, for example, in Dubai, after a week, I came back to Portugal, I start contacting these people. It's like, hi, I just came back to Portugal. Dubai was amazing. How are you doing? Was really nice to connect with you. The night was really fast, was a lot of people. What do you think about us having like a virtual coffee so we can brainstorm what we started? And most of the people say yes. One of these people that I met in this restaurant is today one of my big partners in Dubai. She's my ambassador for Dubai market. All of this started with this. Let's go to a Mexican restaurant because I saw a networking event online. Another thing that I did now in Japan, I was going to Osaka, and I had all my meetings and work in Tokyo, but I really wanted to grow in Osaka because Osaka is like a really international environment. So what I did, I had a list of co-working spaces that exist in Osaka. So I've contacted one of them, that is a really huge one. 1 month before, I introduced myself, I sent my resume, I said, look, I'm gonna be in Osaka, I'd really like to visit you, blah, 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 I do this, I'm looking for that, and I'm willing to offer this. Do you know any entrepreneurs that I can connect with while I'm there? Because I don't want to say this just in the day that I'm there, because I'm going to be there for 4 days. So might be not enough time for people to match their agendas with my agenda. So when I arrived there, I already had 2 meetings scheduled. One of them with the ex-director of Mitsubishi, this guy that you saw there on the photo. Okay, so this wouldn't happen if I didn't do my homework. So this is just like to open a little bit your mind, because even when I travel with my family, it happens. I remember when we were traveling, one of the first times that we went to Mexico, I did networking in Mexico and I was on holidays. But come on, it was just like a little networking event there that would take me 1 hour away from 7 days trip with my family. I went there and I made contacts and I made connections. So it's a mindset. And when you start doing this, you get addicted, because it's such a pleasure to meet all these interesting people worldwide and all the connections. But first thing and last thing is always go with the real and genuine intention of creating value. Because if you go with the intention that I want to go to close a business with this person right now, they're going to feel it. So go with the real and genuine intention of, I want to offer value. I want to create a real connection. Today, I have business and partnerships with connections that started 3-4 years ago. But I had the time to grow the seed, to water the seed, to give much love to the seed. And today is becoming a beautiful tree with a lot of fruits. Okay, so stay with this in mind as well. And Camila, we are coming to the end. I would really like you to stay with this exercise. Where do I operate? Where I could operate? And make a compromise with yourself. Today, one first step. After everything what Anna said, Camila and everyone, all the networking going to do here, what is the first step I can take in the next 48 hours? One person that I can contact, one person that I can do a follow-up, even one person that you're going to meet here today. How can we schedule something to continue this connection? Borders are a mindset, not a business reality. You can live in your hometown like I do, in my little paradise in the south of Portugal, and still have a global business. The world is open. We live in an era, there's no borders. And we also don't need permission. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Anna. It's so inspiring. I'm amazed by everything you have accomplished so far, because it's really, really amazing. I would ask if you have questions, please put the icon with your hand in the air, You can ask in your own language. You can ask in Portuguese or in Macedonian, and then we will translate, okay, if you feel more comfortable. Okay, don't lose this chance to ask something to Anna. Anna, you can share your social media links here.
Yeah, I already did in the beginning. I'm going to do it again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Valentina, Elena, do you want to start with? Alicia, go ahead.
Hello, thank you so much, Anna, for your presentation. It's really amazing and inspiring. I was going backwards to my own experience traveling. I noticed that your Instagram is in Portuguese, both pages. How do you manage to have your account in Portuguese, but still working abroad and like you are adding people and people are going back to your pages, but it's in Portuguese, so they don't understand? How do you manage that?
Yeah. First of all, I really don't network with people through my social media. I use WhatsApp a lot, like real connection one-to-one. So, for example, for my Portuguese business, which is like really big, a lot of people, they meet me and they find me through social media. All of this that I'm telling you is really contact like one-to-one. Okay. And then this year, in the beginning of the year, I've started putting a lot of things in my LinkedIn in English as well. So because I saw that LinkedIn was like, so if you go to my LinkedIn, you're going to say like the newsletter is in English, most of the posts are in English, the profile is in English, but that's not mandatory because I've started my international business 4 years ago and I had everything in Portuguese, but it was like this, one-to-one. And I start working with people not through social media. I never approach anyone through my Instagram, for example.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, Anna. Sandra?
Cool. Hi, Anna. How are you? I would like to ask you something about the way you choose the countries where you want to be in. You talked about Brazil, and obviously the language is a huge plus, right? It's easier. But about the other countries, you talked about dreaming about being there. But are there any, let's say, logical factors for you to choose the countries that you are in today, or it was just like pop, and they just appeared?
Yeah. So I would say in my spiritual way that the countries chose me. No,
That will
of
work.
course, but of
Yeah.
course, it was kind of a mix, Sandra, because it's like the opportunities just start coming up, but many countries came up, and the ones that I grabbed, they have a strategic a point for me. For example, now we are expanding, me and my partner, our Square 4 international project company, to different markets. So what I had in mind was, okay, which are the strategically countries for us to expand this business? So Brazil, of course, because you have Brazil is the language, is like you after Brazil, you get like all the sort of America, Latin America is much easier. Okay. And then we say, okay, Middle East, Dubai. Okay. Dubai is like the big center for international business. So Dubai. And then it came China, and Japan was really not on the route. It came really after, but China was always my aim because I know that China is really growing all these AI things. So for 3 years I had China in mind. It's really hard to get into China, really hard. It's still the one I went there, and it's like I was there May last year, and I'm still having meetings with them non-stop and still didn't close a deal, just for you to see how hard is China. But I continue.
Now keep going. It's going to happen for sure.
I keep going because I know it's going to happen. Yes. So China was really strategically, because after you have like you get into China, it opens you doors to, they're the center of the world now. And Japan came more as an inspiration. So they came, they approached me. And then I said, okay, why not? Japan is like this role model for everyone. Everyone wants to travel to Japan. Everyone wants to see how Japan are doing innovation and business. So I said, okay, if I am in Japan, I can, I can feel in loco how they inspire all the world. So yeah, it just came more as an inspiration, and now it's becoming also like a country where I'm growing business. So it's kind of a mix. Was, of course, it's always a strategy because I'm an entrepreneur, a businesswoman, but also kind of one door opened the other, and it just flowed.
It was fluid, yeah. Thank you for your answer. Thank you.
Thank you, Ana. Conceição?
Hello, Anna. Thanks a lot for all your inspiration and all your insights. It's really, really inspiring. When you deal with different countries and continents, you are also dealing with different cultures and attitudes and business. How to make business and how to introduce. You gave this example of Japan. It takes time. Could you give 2 or 3 hints which could be generally applied when you start or want to make business abroad?
Okay, that's an amazing question. So, and that's very important. I also had in my tips, but with all the inspiration, I didn't get deeply into that part. For example, I will share with you how I did with Japan. Japan, for them, is really important that they feel that you respect their culture. So I did my homework. Of course, if I know I had a meeting with a Japanese senior with 70 years old, I was really nervous, was really out of my comfort zone. I knew I had one shot to do it right because they are very polite. They don't tell you I don't want to do business with you. They just smile and say, okay. And then they never tell you anything again. So I knew that I had one shot to really look good on the picture. So I did my homework. So I had a preparation about the omotenashi, which is like the kind of Japanese thing of behaving. So I did my business cards because in Japan it's really important to give your business card. There's even a way to give a business card. For example, you give a business card like this, and then the person gives you the business card, and you need to read in front of the person both sides, and then put it like it's all protocol. So I was trained in all of this. I was searching, I was speaking with people that lives in Japan that taught me all of this, and I learned few Japanese words. So when I arrived there, I said konnichiwa, arigatou gozaimasu when I finished. So I did and I could see for his face that he likes that I spend the time and energy to learn about their culture. And that's very important. It's not about you go there and you put your product, your culture. No, you learn about their culture. And that's something that I really see that is making a difference in my international work. I'm going to give you another example. My ambassador in Dubai, one of the things that she told me that really bothers people from Dubai is all these international, they come there and they say, look, this is my mainly the Americans. They say the Americans do this a lot. This is our method. We are amazing. We're very famous, very successful. You want to buy it? And they don't want, and it happens the same in Japan and all these countries. They don't want because they feel it's someone coming and trying to push their culture into their culture. So what I do completely the opposite. I arrive to a place and the first thing I do is I want to know about your culture, who you are, what you do, what is important for you. And then my service just needs to readjust. I have a different product for each culture. My product is not the same for Dubai, is not the same for Brazil, is not the same for Japan, is not the same for China. I adapt to the culture of that country because they are important. They are the voice. They know what they need. And of course, it really helps if you have this right wing, like I have this ambassador in Dubai. So she tells me, Anna, this is going to work good here. This is not going to work. I have now this lady that works with me in Japan. She says, Anna, they're going to open, the doors for this. They're not going to open for this. So try to get these people that really can train you for you not to arrive there as a total stranger and look ridiculous, trying to sell something and they're just going to say, and then they never talk to you again. So it's very important to know about the culture before.
Thank you, Anna. Sania?
Hello. Okay, the first impression is, damn, what an energy. The second one, I just Googled the Portimao, so it's pretty much obvious why are you still living there. It's small.
It's amazing.
Just a quick question. Speaking of having it all, there are many discussions on professional, entrepreneurial, and corporate level about the work-life balance. Does it exist? And if it does exist, how to achieve that? It's sometimes it's like a religious question with just one answer, God knows. But what are your thoughts about that?
About work-life balance. That's what you asked. Okay.
How
Oh,
and
say.
how to achieve.
Yeah. For me, like I said, I think I've started today all this talk with that. This is really important for me. One of the big reasons that I became an entrepreneur digital was my daughter. So for me, it was always, I don't need to choose either this or this. I want to have both. And that's very interesting to know that in the era that we are living, it's really possible to achieve this freedom because you can have systems working for you. You can have like all this technology working for you. For example, now I'm here with you, but I have like a team and a virtual team that are doing everything on the background. They're doing everything so I can be here in my unique place. So where do I believe and where do I defend, and what I also teach my entrepreneurs is it's very important that you just do in your everyday in your business what you really needs really to be done by you, because most of the times we started the business and we start doing everything. Oh no, I need to go to marketing. Oh no one says this and I need to spend all day searching profiles to network. Oh no. And when we see at the end of the day, we forgot the reason why we created our business. So today I work around 5-6 hours a day. 5-6 hours a day. I always take the weekends off. That's really important for me to always have the weekend for my family. And most of the times that I travel, my family goes with me. So I have this work-life balance that I cannot see a breach. If you tell me, Anna, what is here? Like, this is work, this is life. It's such a dance, and it's so, it flows so much that I feel everything is integrated. I don't need to separate one from another because they dance in a really smooth way. So, and I know that any woman can achieve that.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Anna. That's so important because work-life balance is still a challenge that is faced mostly by women, because women are still worldwide the main responsibles for the unpaid family care work, which is so important and so invisible and so undervalued. Thank you so much, Anna. You are really an inspiration. I don't know if you can stay with us until the end of the meeting. If so, you are very welcome. We are now going to continue with a speed networking online speed networking event.
Camila, can I just say one final word?
Yes, please
Today,
do.
yeah, I'm just traveling to Lisbon in 10 minutes. So
Okay.
today, I'm really sorry I can't stay, but I really would like to keep in touch. You have my LinkedIn, you have my email. Camila, I left everything. I don't know if you took a photo of the last slide, but Camila will also give you these slides. I will pass you on the slides. Send me a message. Let's have a virtual coffee. Let's brainstorm some ideas. Let's keep in touch and stay together.
And then I believe you are also a member of our WhatsApp group, aren't you?
Yes, I am. Yeah. So just connect me on WhatsApp. Okay.
So Anna is in our WhatsApp group. So thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much. It was a pleasure.
So let's continue. Can you see my screen again?
Mila, can I interrupt you very roughly?
Yes, please
Before we continue to our speed networking, I just put on our chat room a challenge, an invitation. So everybody that is here on the meeting, if they want, they can be featured in our social medias. So take a picture of your environment right there where you are right now. Post it on your stories. Say that you are here in our Women Without Borders first networking, and mark the project. And I will be very happy to feature you in our social media also. Okay, so I'll be waiting for your pictures, and please go ahead. Let's network.
Thank you, Sandra. Can you share our hashtag?
We don't have one. Oh. but we have the link of the page. I will share it again so you can follow it and just mark the page.
Can now very rapidly come up with some hashtags for us. So
Women Without Border will be great.
Yeah.
I will put it right here.
So let's move on to our speed networking event. Okay. I know this is new for some of you. In Portugal, we already have been doing this, and it works very well, I may say. The added challenge here is that this will be in English. We already did one in international in English with colleagues from Brussels, from Belgium, and from Sweden, and it also went very well. So the change I'm going to do here is that I will be creating simultaneous rooms, okay, that will be operating at the same time. Usually I give 20 minutes, but considering we have people here who are not communicating in their native language, this time you will have 30 minutes. So basically you will receive an invitation to join a room and you must accept that invitation. It is also advisable for you to turn on your I will now stop